Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we're doing it. We're back on the test server. This is probably my last day on the test server. It's actually a really cool thing that Raid have done here to enable the content creators to jump onto some of the new champs, try them out, get some early videos done so you guys can see what's going on. For me, the creme de la creme, Mr. I'm going to chop my own fingers off, Mr. Jintoro coming up. Leaves his tags on his clothes in case he needs to take them back. He's a smart fella. He knows what he's up to. Super cool skin. Super cool champion. Probably my favourite in the SHADOWKIN. And he's also one of the hardest hitters in the SHADOWKIN as well. So we're going to try this bad boy out. Let's run through what he can do then. He's got an A1, bit like a Relic Keeper if you're familiar with Relic Keeper. Basically, if he kills someone, he goes again. A1, A1, A1. You could slam your way through a whole wave of enemies with this ability if it hits hard enough. We will see. We've got an A2, which steals 100% of the target's turn meter. You do need accuracy for this to land. Decreases the cooldown of Omni's Rage if you're not dealing turn meter reduction. So if someone like Dragon, Clan Boss, if you're A2 in, then you get a cooldown of another turn on the A3. I'm being told this doesn't work on auto. We'll test it today, but if it doesn't work on auto, they need to make it work on auto. I'm specifically saying like Clan Boss here, because it's actually the whole reduce the cooldown of the A3 means that you can cycle back to the A3 quicker, and the A3 is the shining light of this guy's kits. Decrease defense and weaken. It's on an attack. It's a nice move, yeah? That alone. Forget anything else right now. That alone on a free turn cooldown is pretty damn solid. It's basically what Razin can do. If you think about Razin on Spider, Razin can do decreased defense and weaken. Razin can drop turn meter, yeah, and he can hit and he can tank. This guy's not going to tank, but he can hit and he can do the rest of the kit. So I think he's actually going to be a nutty Spider champion. But the place I'm most excited to try him with this ability is Clan Boss. And the reason for that is this next line. Will attack 5 times instead of 1 on every 4th use of this skill against the same target in 1 round. Now the Clan Boss fight is always 1 round. So on every 4th use of this skill, he's going to get a 5-hitter. And the 5-hitter will do a shed load of damage. So the first thing I've done is I've built him for a Clan Boss fight. And I've built him to just slip straight into my team instead of where Draco would go. He's got a passive as well. Turn meter fill are increased by 50% when used on this champion. So if you're trying to get him to be like your go third champion in the arena, then you get a bit more of a turn meter fill, which means you can run him a little bit slower than, say, any other nuker type champion. But he doesn't bring an AoE. So I guess a bit like Rotus, in effect, you might... I don't know, what would you do with this guy? Maybe all you would do is just A1 people to death in the arena, potentially, if you got him. But that's not going to be an auto-viable thing. So, you might A2, still turn meter of an Arbiter who's about to go, then go again, A1 as many as you can. I'm not sure, but there's definitely some stuff here for the arena as well. For a single target guy, he does bring a bit more than most single target guys. In terms of masteries then, what have I done? I have gone for War Master. Again, we're going for a Clan Boss setup here. I've gone for War Master. I've gone for Support Tree as the secondary because I want to try and rotate back to the A3 as often as I can. And I want the accuracy to land it. And if I do land it, or when I land it, the chance to land it for an additional turn for that decreased defense and weaken, I think is going to be pretty big. I've gone just straight down War Master tree. Like it's a pretty standard comp. Because I'm running an Unkillable team here, I have gone for Grim Resolve over Heart of Glory. If I was not running an Unkillable team, I would have gone Heart of Glory. The rest of it, I probably would have done the same. Okay, in terms of gear, what have I done? Crit damage gloves, attack percent chest, attack percent boots, cruel gear, 1 set, perception set on the others. We've got high level of attack, 5.5k. You want to go high level of attack because his base attack is really high. So in terms of multipliers, you want for this to be stacked. Probably focus more on your attack than even your crit damage here. I've done 100% crit rate, 245 crit damage. We've got enough accuracy to land everything. He's got no defensive stats because we're going to start off by building him as a nuker for a Clan Boss setup. Let me show you how we're going to do this. Now, the clan I'm in doesn't have Ultra Nightmare, so we're going to go straight into Nightmare. I normally hit about 80 million with this team, and this is my standard team. This is my main account standard 1-key team for Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare. Ultra Nightmare I hit about 78, 79 million. Nightmare I hit between 80 and 83, with Draco in there throwing out poisons like crazy as well as big hits. So all I'm going to do is sub him in, do the same rotation. It will work exactly the same. If you want to see how this works, I'll ping my Deacon video, and there's a whole bunch of different setups you can do with a Deacon champion. And he would slot in exactly the same in that DPS slot for any of those setups. So let's do it. A2 Maneater, A2 Maneater, A3 for our Mashald, A2 Deacon, A3 on Omni. What we're doing here, 95k before decreased defense was out. That's on a single hit. Don't forget he does that 5 times every 4th go. Pretty nuts. A1 here. A3, set our Unkillable up. And then we're just going A1, A1, A1. This guy, I guess, if I'm manually in the start, I would just do A2 to get back to the A3 as quick as I can. A1. Clan Boss Max. And then we start to get... We're close to the auto point here. A2, A3. A2, and then I'm full auto. So we're going to go auto. We're going to watch it through for a bit, and then I'll let this play on. I'm just keen to see what he does here. 102k with his decreased defense ability. I'm just a bit curious. So how often does he get a turn where he's actually hitting against his own decreased defense ability? That's something I'm keen to see. But I've got him running here at 181 speed, so gives you a sense of where he needs to be and the sort of damage output you can get at that level. There's an A3 again, 130k. $110k A1. I don't think I've seen him do his A2 yet on auto. No, that was his A2 there. So he did just do it on auto. Okay, looks like he is doing it. Maybe, yeah, don't know. Someone said to me it didn't work. He 100% just did it there on auto. So we've got to be coming up to the 5-hitter now, I think. Oh, look at that. 5 lots of 170k. 5 lots of 170. What is that? What is that damage we've just done? 850,000 damage in one move. Right there. Whew. I think that's harder than like a Turvold in full slam mode. So, but I will just reiterate, there's not many places where you can activate that skill to hit that many times. You will be able to do it in Doom Tower against some of the harder to kill bosses that have got high health pools. You might be able to do it maybe once or twice against Spider over the sort of time frame, and Clan Boss. Any other Dungeon 20 material, it's not going to happen. There's just not enough health for the fight to last long enough for that to really work. But it's nice to see when you see it. So at the moment, we're on track for about, probably what? We're going to be on track for about a 60 million Clan Boss run. So compared to a Draco, fully kitted, they're both like fully geared to the bones. We're going to drop maybe 15 mil. We'll see it. Let's see it run through. So I'll let this run on. I'll keep it going, and then we'll try some other stuff. Well, better than I thought. 72 mil already. We've already hit the 1 key. As I say, I normally do around 82, 83 million. If Draco's in the mix here, we've got another 4 turns to go. So we're going to be probably just a touch under, but not by a lot. Not by a lot, considering we've got no poison in this team at all. I could easily re-equip my man-eaters to be poison man-eaters, or my deacon to be a poison deacon, to kind of counteract the lack of poison damage. It would be very simple to do that in this comp. So actually, I think he brings enough damage to be a Draco replacement for Clan Boss. I think, and he's literally at, this is exactly the same speed, exactly the same comp. All I would have to do is just change up 1 or maybe 2 of these other support-based champions to have some poison gear on, to have some toxic gear on. But we're going to come in at, you know what, 78 mil, 79 mil, depends if he gets another one of his A3s off. So pretty impressive, actually. Pretty impressive to be at the same sort of level. And every hit's a decent one. That's what you want to see. Every hit's a slam. Do we get one more big old A3 in there? Go on. Finish us well. Oh, we didn't. 180 on his A2, though. That's nice. Bam, we're all dead. 78 mil. So, yeah, we've lost, you know what, 3 or 4% damage versus a Draco build. 20.5 million coming in from Jintoro. As I say, if Deacon was in poison gear here, then I think we probably hit the same number as when Draco's in the team. So, pretty cool. Let's just try him out in the same build. I guess we throw him into the arena in the same build, because that's most likely when you're going to use this type of team. Let's fight someone we know's got a good setup here. So Cold Brew's pretty quick. We're going to go Seafood. I'm just going to go with my normal main team and just see if he can't throw some stuff out. So he is going to be... Maybe, I'm just wondering if I should use Madame or Sathalia. Maybe use Madame into him. Trouble is, yeah, it should be fun. Oh, where is he? It's blue. Okay, so in this setup, he's my damage dealer. He's still got enough accuracy to do his ability to steal turn meter. So you see we've got Arbiter here at turn meter. I've actually just got cut. I think I must have slowed my Arbiter down. We're going to strip all of their good stuff. I'm just going to sleep that Trundo in case she gets naughty. Come on, have a go. Okay, so we've got a couple of options here. I can steal turn meter. So if I steal this Lissandra's turn meter, look at that. She is at basically 100%. So we're going to go twice. Bam. Steal it. Thank you very much. We will have another turn. In fact, Arbiter's cutting anyway, but he's going again. I guess we A1 here. A1 97k. A1 again. Oi! It's just A1ing people to death. Let's see what happens if we're running on full auto. I just need to check. I think Arbiter must be short of something. Yeah, she is. I guess I've put it on to old big boy here. When I was doing some other videos with him. Okay. So she should be speed tuned to work with Sifi now. So, it's this sort of team. I don't know if this team's actually set up to do anything, to be honest. Or if it's just like a bit of a meme team. But let's see what goes on. Yeah, so I want to run it on auto. Let's just see what he does. So auto, he does A2 first. That's actually pretty cool for the arena. I'll be honest. I really like the animations of what he's doing as well. So although he stole it, he's coming in. He is going A1 in after that. Then he A3's there. I don't know. It's a bit random. What he's doing is a bit random. It's not bad, but it's definitely random. Because why not just continuously A1? If you can kill people. But honestly, if you've got somebody who's as strong as this, for, let's just refresh. Yeah, if you've got someone as strong as this for arena setup, look at this sort of tank team here, then there's not, well, what I'm trying to say is there's not that many single target champions that you can reliably do this with. And it feels like he could be one of those. Bam. He's gone straight in with the A3 that time, I think. Who knows what he's doing next? That's his A3 there. Must have A1, actually. He's going to take damage pretty quickly. Albeit, I'm surprised he's not dead already, to be honest. Got a weak hit off there against Candrathon. Can't do much about that. Frisk is going to take a quick nap. And then, bam, 75k. He does hit pretty damn hard. So yeah, so far, so good, really. One build, working for Clan Boss, working for the arena. Bam, steals turn meter. So it looks like he's defaulting A2, A3. That first time, I don't know why he did A1. Maybe it's just because it was like a definite kill. Probably in trouble here, but we are helping these fellas have a little nap. As long as we keep our block debuffs up, we're good. Then he should. Did he A1 there? Oh, it's good. It's good. So yeah, for arena, feels pretty viable. For Clan Boss, definitely viable. So let's try him out in Spider. Let's see what he does on auto in Spider. So we're going to try this. I've got Zephyr Sniper in there as my tank, so that's cool. We've got some speed. We've got turn meter. I guess I put a Cold Heart in there for turn meter as well. And see what he does on auto. So you kind of want him on Spider to lay his A3 first to get that decreased defense out there. I mean, I'd imagine what he's doing, though, he's probably looking at the enemy's turn meter. If it's above a third, I bet he does his A2. So yeah, he's done his A3 there because the turn meter was low. I would bet, in fact, let's rerun that. I just want to see if he does his A2 on auto, if Armada does not do that move. Let's just play it through. It's just interesting, really, for you guys to see this stuff because I'm sure there'll be comments in the video, you know, he didn't do this for me, he didn't do that. Well, let's find out why. So you see there, turn meter is over a third. He does his turn meter control, steals the turn meter instead. Then he does his A3. See the difference? So just worth noting, like a well-tuned team is sometimes about choosing when you're going to get different orders to go. So having my Armada go just before him here is actually spot on. So it means he's going to get his A3 out straight out. Armada drops turn meter. He does his A3. Bam. We've got everything we need up. And now we're just going to start to whack some damage in there. She's tanking it up. Nice. Obviously, we've got a turn meter control from Armada. Hopefully, she's got enough tankiness going on. We steal the turn meter, so he's going to get basically another turn. Oh, she's just about surviving. And he's still doing good damage on his like A1 and that as well. So I think he's pretty top tier for Spider as well. That's a bit of a problem. He's probably going to be the next. Oh no, Armada might be next in line. Might be okay. But you see, we're not, even though this is a relatively long fight here, we're not going to get a multi-hit A3 out against something like Spider. It's just not going to happen. So stolen turn meter again there. Gets the A1 off. Good hit again. 60k against Spider. Do we have a Heartseeker just to finish the day? No. We're going to lose. Zephyr didn't tank for long enough. But in terms of like his job, actually, I think he does it well. I think he does his job on Spider here well. Better than like a Razin would do. Oh, he's having a go. He's not going to do enough. So, yeah, the Spider, pretty viable as well, I think. 1.3 mil versus a Cold Heart 2.3. If I just had Zephyr Sniper as a better tank or more support for her, I think we do that kind of comfortably there. Let's see. So he's neutral affinity for Dragon. Let's do a damage test on Dragon. He's got increased attack in all battles aura as well. This all looks good. Let's see what sort of damage we can put out here. $127 on his A3. His A3 first there. That's before we got all of these crazy buffs going on. So he should do A2 now, I would imagine. A2's 217. Then he comes in with a 119 A1. Pretty good. Considering he doesn't have all the buffs. It's not quite enough to one-shot the whole kind of enemy team, but maybe you will hear. That's his A3 back again. So yeah. Firstly, I mean, the animations are so cool, but I don't think there's any dungeon, any content where he's not going to be relevant. I guess Fire Knight's the one where he's least relevant because, you know, the chance of you doing your multi-hit is kind of slim. But can he come in and do some work here? Yeah. Oh, extra turn off. Bam. But it's not crazy. Like, we've got people that can do this sort of level of damage on an AoE hit. So it's not crazy for this. But I do love the visual. Look at that. So yeah, he's going to be like one of those guys. Like, for me, if I got him today, would he go into this style of team? No, he wouldn't. But for somebody gets him and they've got maybe a handful of legendaries, I feel like he probably does go into this style of team. So here we're not going to get the turn meter control against the dragon. What he's going to do instead on his A2 is decrease the cooldown of his A3. He'll get the decreased defense and weaken out. Coming back in. Obviously, I've got that with Lydia anyway. 141k. So I think the only other place in the game at the moment, maybe when we get level 25 dungeons, he will change. But the only other place in the game at the moment where you're going to get any value from that hard hitting A3 hitting 5 times is going to be high level Doom Tower bosses. And at that point, you're going to have a chance to make use of the additional multi-hits. So I honestly think against, you know, some of the bosses like Agref, especially, but probably any of them really, he can come in and do a job. So there we go, guys. Like Jintoro, I think he's pretty damn cool. One of the hardest hitting champions in the game if you get the A3 down 5 times. Either way, he hits hard. I do think cool for Clan Boss, cool for some of the Doom Tower areas where you need to extend a fight like Agref or Soraf or something like that. Can be useful in Spider as well. Generally, decent champion. Good champion. Is he going to be in every endgame team? No, I don't think he is. But he will feature and he does have some pretty cool stuff going for him. So there you go, guys. I've been Hell Hades. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you later.